The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am, originally produced on December 8th, 2020, under the constellation of Sagittarius, in the mental week, examining through the root chakra. Me, what is the opposite of adventure? I am, the determination. Me, why? It doesn't seem like an opposite. I am, they are from an integral and conscious vision. In the adventure, you do not know what will come. You launch yourself in the same way. In determination, you have an objective, a goal. You know where you're going. Me. But I can, for example, decisively throw myself into an adventure. I am, yes, in which the objective is to live the adventure. Me, of course, determination speaks of having a known intention. You have a full notion of what you are looking for, even if what you are looking for is precisely the unknown. I am. Determination is putting a limit to something. Thus, a determinative response is one that does not have a possible replica. It is a resounding no or yes. A determination is when an overwhelming decision is made about something, affirming that things will be done in such a way from a specific moment. A specific destination is one that is set in advance, knowing what the end of a journey is. Me, is the universe determinative? I am. It depends on what aspect. Me, because why? I am, because there is something certain in the universe, and that is that the creative energy will always be polarized between positive and negative to generate vibration waves. Thus, the universe is decisive in imposing its rules of the game. Me, the universal laws. I am, but then the application of said laws varies, since it is not the same to speak of positive and negative than of man and woman, and yet they are expressions of the same vibration. Thus, the singularity of the originality of the adventure allows the modification of what is determined. Me, like life itself, humans, culturally, are very decisive in our feelings and in our thoughts and beliefs. That is, we usually say, I love you or I hate you. I believe in this and not in that. I like this and I hate the other. My goal in life is to be so-and-so, such and such, this or that. And yet, despite the determination, life shapes us to end up being what we are supposed to be. So, here I have a lot of questions. I am, which ones? Me. Let's see. If the universe is determined by its laws, where is free will? I am. In the adventure and imagination of applying the laws in an original and transcendental way to the previous one. Me. So what is the determination of universal law for? I am. Like a guide, a roadmap, a map by which you can guide yourself, with which you can manage while you know how to find the tools or destinations you're looking for to create your own reality. Me, so everything is determined and not at the same time. I am. When you walk down the street, there are pedestrian crossings with traffic lights that indicate the times when you or the cars can cross. The streets are delimited, and there are signs that specify information to take into account. This is called like traffic laws. Why do they exist? So that hundreds or thousands of people who drive or walk do not have accidents. And if there are accidents or conflicts, it's much easier to visualize and resolve it. Laws are not fixed things, but regulations established by a collective consciousness to maintain security and harmony. They help to identify the distortions and imbalances that disturb normality. But the traffic law does not prevent you from crossing the street elsewhere, or running, or walking alongside a car, or crossing on red. Me. I'm free in the world of laws, and the laws only determine the common codes of harmony and coexistence. I am. It is a natural mechanism, not just a human one, that helps to identify conflicts and resolve them easily, as I have said. Me. But in many cases, the laws are absurd, at least in the human world, and things happen like the fact of slavery laws have existed, and women can't vote or drive, or laws that prohibit unions between people of the same sex, or many nonsense other laws. Just as we also have people who use the laws as weapons to control others, even though the law is not one of harmony or common consensus. And so then we have people who think that all laws should be abolished, and who live outside the law, which generate chaos. So, what is the right thing to do about knowing how far a law is correct or not? I am. The determination of the laws is given by assimilation of the context. A law cannot be imposed by a government on a people, but the law is a regulation of the people projected to the government. In the same way, in the universe, it is the particles that shout out the laws of the universe, which, in its essence, is free and imaginative from the void. Me. In other words, it is the culture, the interaction between the parties that shapes a law, not the system itself. I am. A system is made up of parts. Remember that the word system comes from the Greek synsetma, which refers to a set of things that are put in order. The parts, the different individuals, are the ones that generate the system that resonate with each other, seeking harmony. Therefore, the determination of a law is established by the determination of a cultural group that shares a vision about it. Whoever breaks into the system will be outlawed, and those who impose the laws on a group in disagreement with it do not apply the law, but the dictatorship. Me. For many, the universe is dictatorial, because we cannot escape from laws like life and death, duality, and things like that. I am. Yes, you can. Another thing is that you don't know how. May your ignorance about the system not turn the system into a dictatorship. Cellular regeneration is possible. Eternal life is possible. Getting out of time is possible. Getting out of space is possible. In the universe, everything is possible, but everything has its consequences. And for this reason, you must learn well about them. Sometimes humans who think that the universe is a dictatorship of systems or the matrix act like 5-year-olds saying that they could govern the country better than a president. There are many things to learn, understand, experience, to recognize all that it is not so easy. But nothing prevents the 5-year-old boy, one day, perhaps very young, from being a president and changing all of the laws. But to be a universal revolutionary, you shouldn't have to become a universal criminal. Defector from the cosmos, he learns, observes, coexists, and purposes. And in this way, you will transform him, not fighting by getting out of the law, but by knowing them and then changing them. The universe is not opposed to it. But until now, no one has managed to find anything better to live in balance. Me, I understand. In other words, what we see as determined in the universe is not really determined by a superior mind, but by the interaction of all of us. I am. Look, something very simple. People complain about duality and still believe that love is the answer to all things. And what is love? Me, eternal magnetism. I am. And how does magnetism work? Me, by polarity, negative and positive. I am. See, humans keep falling in love, creating polarity, complaining about it. Love is one of those constant interactions that create systems, laws, and generate polarities that determine those initial and determined energies, positive and negative, proton, electron. Me, we determine the universe, not the universe us. Wow, this is new to me. I am, it is as old as creation. Me, when we usually talk about astrology, we talk about how we all have a destiny, that our lives are determined by the stars, like a law. How is that? I am, the stars affect you by magnetism and interconnection of space-time networks. Everything is connected and the gear is perfect and very complex. You are a part of it. If it rains, you'll get wet. If Saturn passes in front of you, you will have to face a harsh reality. It is so. Now, if it rains, you can bundle up and carry an umbrella, put on boots, or go inside, or dance in the rain. You are free to decide what to do with the rain, just as you are free to decide how you will face Saturn. The stars do not determine you. What determines you is what you do in the context, the decisions you make before them. And the same thing happens with relationships with other people or with the goals we set for ourselves. I understand. I am. Determination is the ability that you have to focus, not to lose yourself, to clarify the map and the goal with what you want to reach. But you cannot determine what you will live or how you will live until it. Determination will help you find clarity, security, and access. Me, to be coherent and to be on my axis, well, I must learn to be decisive. I am, exactly, learning to say no and to say yes and to set clear goals and meet them. Although this does not determine the experience or the transformation that you will live. The determination to find an axis does not imply that said axis must be determined. Me, how so? I am, just as the earth has its north and south axis, and yet the precession of the equinoxes and the rotation on itself modify the position of its axis every day, every year, and every 72 years. Thus, seeing that the axis is not fixedly determined, but that it is allowed to move and to flow, determination is only an ordering tool, not the end in itself. I understand. So in order not to get lost in the adventurous maze of life, I must have determinations that guide me to find myself. I am. And so you can one day see how you have determined your own reality. Me, the universe does not determine me. I determine the universe. I am, well, I am the fruit of the universe. Mahasaya.